Yay! And we are live. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. Let me do the radio broadcast app. It is a raining day in the city of Lagos. How are you today? All right. Please, if you're joining us, let me know where you're joining from. Okay. Let me see here. So, hi, my name is Boluwatife. Welcome to another, session on Ask HR. Basically, today we'll be talking on how to level up with your in your career with Jobberman. Yay! Hello, Katrina. How are you today? Please invite your friends, invite your loved ones here because we're talking about level up, right? How to level up in your career with Jobberman. Oh, Lagos. Is it raining where you are, Katrina? Anthony, I can see you. Hi, you're also in Lagos. Hope the rain is not disturbing you where you are. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Don't forget to, hit the like button and also share with your friends. Like I said earlier today, we're talking about how to level up in your career with Jobberman. And we have our guest speaker, Bomi, who is my colleague, who's going to join us today. Hi, hello, Ishmael from Katsina. How is Katsina today? Hope it's not raining. Everyone in Lagos, I see you. Hope the rain is not affecting you. Ilorin, I see you. Abiola, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. Hi, Chimeze, I see you. Lagos, Lagos, Lagos. Hope you guys are keeping warm because it's actually really cold here in Lagos. Lagos, Lagos, I see all of you in Lagos. If you're outside Lagos, please let us know where you are joining us from as well, right? I'm waiting for Bumi to come in, but before then, let's just, greet each other, say hi, let me know where you're joining us from, and then we can start. Oh, Ishmael, you're lucky. There's no rain there in Port Harcourt. How is the weather in Port Harcourt? Okay, I can see Anthony is ready to level up. I see your question. We're going to attend to it. Ogun State, how is Ogun State? How is Bauchi as well today? Do let us know how it is over there. Once it is 1:05, we will start. Hi, Destiny from Lagos. I see you. I see you as well. Yay, Bumi is in the house. Hi, Bumi.
Hey,
Welcome, welcome, welcome
can
to
you hear me?
today's session. Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Hi, Izzy. I see you as well. Hi, everyone. You're also from Lagos, Ibadan. How is the city of Ibadan today? Hope it is not raining there. And if it is, please don't forget you can take a cup of coffee. If you're in the office, you cannot sleep really. So take a cup of coffee and try to keep warm. If you have your sweatshirt with you, please ensure you wear it if you're feeling cold. Thank you for joining. I think Bumi has network issues. All right, so we are going to start
I
now.
can hear you.
Basically, the topic for today, oh, your your video went off, but yeah, great that you can hear. So basically, the topic for today is how to level up in your career with Jobberman. Right now, very interesting topic, right, Bumi? Off the
Yes.
top of your head, what does it mean to level up?
To level up, to come up in your status quo, to improve on something, to measure up to standard. Your network is frozen if you're speaking. Hello.
I think is the okay, Bumi, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Your network was frozen for a bit.
Awesome. So off the top of your head, what does it mean to level up?
Okay, I was saying that to level up literally means to measure to standard, to improve on something.
Sorry, I can't really hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yes, it's loud and clear now.
Okay, I was saying that to level up means to measure up to standard, to improve upon yourself and be better than what you currently are.
Awesome. So you can hear Bumi now. She said basically to improve on your standard, moving to the next level. And guess what? We're here for you today to tell you how you can move into the next level in your career with Jobberman, right? And we've given the opportunities for job seekers to ask questions, right? And we already have a list of questions here. We're going to attend to this first. Then afterwards, you can always drop your questions in the comment section, and then we will attend to you. Is that fine? All right. Can you hear Bumi? Bumi, can you say something? Someone said he can't hear you.
Hi, can you hear
All
me
right.
now?
I can hear you loud and clear. So let's go to the first question, right? Someone is asking, as a fresh graduate, how do I start a career in data analysis which is not related to my course of study?
Okay. As a fresh graduate, if you already know what you want, congratulations to you. But you're past that stage of trying to discover yourself. Please let me know if you no longer hear me.
I can, but it's low.
Hold on. Sorry. Can you hear me now? Is it clear now?
Yes, it's better. I can hear you now.
Okay. I was saying that as a fresh graduate, if you already know that you want to become a data analyst, congratulations on first of all being able to identify what you want for yourself. Not a lot of people know what they want, even after several years of graduating. So for me, I think being able to identify your career choice is very important. So you've been able to do that.
Okay.
I would say the next thing is find out what industry needs data analysts. So when you think data analysts, think of banking industry, the agricultural sector, real estate, big data markets, basically. Then you figure out if you're qualified. You have already identified that you're not qualified because that's not what you studied in your undergraduate. So find the skills that are needed to become a data analyst. You can read up. The internet is free. Literally, just go there, find courses, look up skills that are in the market for data analysts. Find out what is applicable for that. Then, when you're able to identify the skills, you can start by taking courses. Well, first of all, find somebody that already does it. It's easier to learn from people, but if you're unable to find people that already do that, then I think you can. But it's unlikely that you won't find anybody. So find people that already do what you're interested in, speak to them, find out how they can be of help to you, if they have any advice that they can give you, any courses that they might advise you to take. The essence of talking to somebody that already works in that field is you're able to leverage on transferable skills. Another
Okay,
point
sorry.
will be to,
Sorry, Bumi. Someone is saying the audio is very bad. Can you help us put the mouthpiece so we can hear you clearly?
wow, can you guys hear me now?
Yes, it's much better now.
Okay, so I'll start again. I was saying that the first thing, you have been able to identify what you want for yourself. The first thing will be to identify the skill set that is required to be a data analyst. So the internet is free for everyone. You can look up skills that are needed to become a data analyst. When you have figured that out, you can start by taking courses. There are several websites to take free courses. Another thing you can do is speak to people that already work in that field, right? If you're
Mm-hmm.
able to find people that work in that field, you can leverage on their existing skills. So they might be able to tell you one or two things on how to get those skills, the right places to go. Having someone to hold your hand or teach you or guide you is easier than doing it by yourself. But if you're unable to find anyone, which I highly doubt, but like I said, if you're unable to find anyone, you have to do the work by yourself. So you can start by building your own network. You already have a
Okay.
degree in the field, so you don't have to build a network from scratch. Your friends from university, speak to them. They might know people that already do this thing. They can hook you up with them. You never know. Referrals, word of mouth referral works way better than doing it by yourself. It just works easier to speak to people that you already know. Another thing will be to hone your industry knowledge. So you've done the research, you found out what is required to be a data analyst, and you've probably started taking those courses. Look for ways that you can, if you find opportunities to volunteer to do work, maybe somebody has a freelance gig that you think you might be able to do. look for those opportunities. Practice makes perfect. So if you're able to constantly practice what you have learned from taking classes or taking courses or speaking to people, then you're able to improve upon yourself and you're on your way to getting your first job as a data analyst.
Yay. So thank you so much for that, Bumi, right? So what she says basically, you have to do your research. Now in situations again, you have to reach out to people. So it's not it's you don't just have to rely on your own knowledge. Come on, you don't know anything about it because you're a fresh graduate. But you're looking, to exploring that part. So reach out to people, do your own research, and then you can venture into that career path. So that's all right. Now, the second question is, how can I write a CV that will reflect the change in career field and the two fields we connect? Bumi, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. So somebody is asking now, for example, if maybe let's say I was a digital marketer and now I want to become a comms, a communication specialist. How can I write these two different, parts, and then yes, how can I write these two different fields in one CV?
Okay. So two things. I'll say if you used to be a digital marketer and what is the field you're trying to move into?
No, but me, I just use the digital marketer as an example. The person
Okay,
didn't
as
specify
an
which one.
example.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me use the customer service role and the product manager role. So for instance, I currently work in customer service, but I'm looking to transition into a product manager role. First of all, if the customer service is the only experience I've had, I don't want to have a blank CV. I would advise that you have different CVs for different, like if you're applying for a different role, you should have a different CV. But if you have to use one CV because that is the only role that you've ever done, I would say you'd need to learn how to
But me, sorry, can you
itemize the
put
skills.
the mouthpiece closer so that we can hear?
Sorry, I can't see the comments, so I don't know if they no longer hear me. Is it better now?
Yes, it's better like this.
Okay, yes. I was saying that it is not like it's not the most impossible thing to do, right? So what you can do is from your customer service role, you're not going to hammer too much on things that do not relate to product manager management. So customer service is not entirely different. Like if you've worked in customer service, you can succeed as a product manager. It is easier to handle a project when you're already very familiar with aspects of business within an organization. So you have work experience. It's not like you haven't done anything before, it's just not related. So what I would say is itemize the key things. Don't go and start talking too much on that role, right? Just itemize the few things that you have done that you can channel to product management. And if you still struggle to do that by yourself, then you can give your CV to an expert to do for you. Jobberman currently has a discount running on their CV services, so you can reach out to us to do that for you. But if you still want to do it yourself, like I've said, first thing is to not hammer too much on the customer service experience. Look for transferable skills that you have as a customer service person that you can also use as a product manager.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Bumi. So now, in the practical sense, now, right? What she's telling you that you can do, for example, if you're a fresh graduate, right, and maybe you did your internship somewhere, you don't want to leave it blank, like, oh, I have zero experience, because 3 months still counts, 2 months still counts, even your 1 month, of internship still counts. So you can put that there and also let them know, oh, I did this. For example, myself, I the first place I did my internship was at Lagos Television. So on my CV, when I started looking for a job, you will see Lagos Television, you will see Los Thomas advertising, blah blah blah. You will see that there until when I got my first proper job, right? And in a situation whereby I already developed, my experience and I was clear on what part I wanted to delve into, I removed Lagos Television, I removed, the advertising agency, and you will find that at a part where I put as other experiences. I just put my title, the name of the office, and the year that I worked there, and that is all. I didn't, explain in details what I was doing there. Now, if the hiring manager or the recruiter is interested in knowing what I did there, they will ask me, and I'll let them know, run them through. Oh, here at LTV, I did this, I did that, and at LCC, I did this and did that. I hope that answers your question, right? And now we're moving to the third question. Now, this is very interesting because I know that a lot of people have reached out to me saying, "Hi, Tife, I'm interested in building a career in HR," and a lot of that. So yes, it's cute. And this question is, what does being an HR generalist entail?
Okay, I agree with you. That's a very interesting question. I
Yeah.
remember hiring someone internally, and the person was like, outside of recruitment, Bumi, what else do you even tell me, please? So, someone had asked me one time to explain my job to a 2-year-old. I'm like, of course, a 2-year-old has no idea what my job is. So, I just said, my basically what I do in an organization is I'm one of the reasons your parents are happy to come to work. So, I have partnered with the stakeholders of the organization to ensure that people in the organization are happy. You can call us ministers of happiness. I'm kidding, but yeah, we're here to ensure that I would say, okay, I'll itemize my daily task, what my regular day looks like. So my position as a generalist is an operational role that is I'm supporting all aspects of the business, right? If it's an early stage business, you're reviewing policies and procedures, and then you work closely with managers.
Bumi, you sound far away again. So just help us. Yes.
Okay, what was the last thing you heard?
You say your position, what you do daily, that you can
Okay,
support.
I was
That's what
saying
I mean.
yes, yes. That basically to give support to every aspect of the business and to ensure that we implement all that is required to success in the organization.
Sorry,
So
Bumi, it's not clear. We can't hear you.
ranging from performance and development. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, okay, okay. So yes, sorry, what was the last thing you heard?
What was what? The last thing I
What was the
heard.
last thing you heard? Yes.
Yeah, you supporting.
Supporting businesses, right?
Yeah.
So another thing that I do is to ensure that, you know, we implement all that is required for the organization to run smoothly. So think recruitment and the entire circle of recruitment, headhunting, scouting for candidates, preparing the job descriptions, conducting interviews, reviewing CVs, finalizing interview stages, sending out contracts. That is for the recruitment aspect. Now, another bit is the part of providing support. So, in providing business support to teams in the organization, it revolves around, speaking with their managers to understand the pain points of each team and how we can provide support. So, support can be in terms of, for instance, there's a skill gap identified in a particular team. So does it require that we hire someone new, or does it require that we train and upskill our staff internally? That is also the job of an HR generalist. Another thing is to handle employee complaints and related issues. I tell people that people operations is one of the difficult things to do in life because people are from different walks of life. You can't possibly satisfy everybody. And if your job is to satisfy everybody, you are mini Jesus on earth. So yeah, it's a lot to, try and pacify people when there are complaints, learning how to resolve issues so that it does not escalate. So yeah, that is part of the job of the HR generalist to handle employee complaints and related issues. Then there's the part of the Minister of Happiness that I was talking about, ensuring that people are happy to work in the organization, coming up with different employee engagement strategies. We sometimes take our staff to the beach, we take them on very interesting adventures just to ensure that because people spend most of their time working in the office, we try to ensure that they had a good experience working in whatever organization that they find themselves. That is the job of a HR generalist. So another
All
thing is
right.
to provide training information. Obviously, I may not be able to itemize everything. So this will just be the last point. to provide training information for all new employees, and also do like a deep dive and find out what you can also recommend training for them, finding out what they need to do to improve, um what aspects that they are lacking in that you can recommend training for them to improve upon. That is also the job of a HR journalist, because if they improve upon their training, if they improve upon their training, it would improve the performance of the business. Like if they are better, well trained, it would be evident in their performance. So yeah, that is a summary of what an HR generalist does.
All right. Thank you so much,
We
Bumi.
also handle payroll. I mean, like I said, I might not be able to itemize everything.
Everything. Yeah.
So yeah, that is just something. So
Yeah.
for all
So
those
to
that are interested in working in human resources, please, by all means,
by all means, Abby, they are welcome aboard.
you're very much welcome on board. I find that there are a lot
Yeah.
of HR people these days. Like a lot of people are much interested in HR. The thing is, people just need to understand that there are different aspects in HR. Are you going to be a generalist? Are you going to be um, specific on one particular thing? So there's HR strategy, there's the recruitment part, there's the learning and development, there's the payroll part. So it just depends. If you're a generalist, it means you're going to touch points on everything. But if you're going
We
to be
can't hear you
specialized,
again.
I said if you're a generalist, it means that you're going to touch points on everything that is from the employee engagement part, the learning and development, recruitment, everything. But if you're going to be specific, most people that are specific are for organizations that have a large number of staff. So yeah, what's it called? Most regular businesses just have HR support that do everything. And it's very interesting to do everything. I think if you're starting out, it's good, it is advisable that you do everything, then identify what you like, and then decide on, okay, this is what I want to specify in, this is what I want to do. I want to be known as a learning and development expert. I have HR experience, but this is the one thing that I'm very good at. This is where my expertise, this is where my strength lies. So yeah,
All right. So thank you so much for that, Bumi. If you need more information about what an HR generalist does or what we do, you can simply Google it, and it will show you the breakdown, because I'm sure the terminologies that Bumi used might not be clear to people that are
yeah,
not in the industry. So you can just Google it so that you can read up more on it. And like she said, the beauty about everything is when you're starting out your career, you can be a generalist, right? You're doing everything. Then you cannot say, oh, I'm waking up. Recruitment is not my thing. I prefer L&D. Then you specialize, as an L&D person, right? And that really works out for people. So don't beat yourself about it and just say at the early stage, this is what you want. What you want not be really what you like and what you're good at. So explore, then now make up your mind that I want to do this, right? Okay, so next question is, I am in Enugu. How do I get jobs in Abuja or Lagos considering my location?
move to Lagos. I'm joking. I'm joking. Please don't move to Lagos. If you're based in Enugu, life does not start and end in Lagos. Okay, so if you're in Enugu, we currently have a job portal with Enugu, but Jobberman generally takes application for jobs in different locations. You just have to be specific in your candidate profile. When you're updating your candidate profile, just specify your location so that you can get job adverts in that specific location. This is not a CV related issue, right? It's just your location.
Me, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, I was asking that this is not a CV. This person is just asking what they need to do
How they can
considering
get
their
a job in
location
Lagos and Abuja? Yes.
in Lagos and Abuja. Are you willing to
Or
relocate if you're in Enugu? I think it's one of two things, right? So if you want a job in Lagos and Abuja, you can start out by looking for remote roles. If you're not looking to relocate, start out. What do you do? There are some roles that require that you have to be physically present to do it, but there's some roles that you can function properly working remotely. So find organizations that are looking for that are open to remote work. in Lagos and Abuja that is in your industry or that is in the experience that you have, or if you're willing to relocate, please, we have lots of jobs. Lagos and Abuja are hotspots. There's always an opening there. So just, find jobs that are in those locations. And I think another thing you can do is if you use platforms like LinkedIn, you can specify that you're willing to, like if people reach out to you and, say that you're in NV, you can let them know that you're willing to relocate. Because sometimes location is usually a hindrance to some people, right? So, sorry, you're very far. We don't, not all companies are open to sponsoring your relocation. So if you're
Yeah,
self-sufficient enough to do that, then please apply for jobs in those places. And your location does not necessarily deter you. As like I said, as long as you're open to relocate, or as long as the business is willing to accept that you can work remotely.
from home.
So yeah,
Yeah. So I think another thing that I will add is you cannot have your Enugu address on your CV
on
while
your
applying
CV,
for a
right?
job in
Apply for
Lagos,
jobs in
Abuja,
Lagos
right?
and Abuja.
So one thing you have to do
Don't just
is
put
try
your
and secure secure a place for yourself where you can stay and you can,
use
if
like a
it's like a
relative's
family friend,
address or something.
a
Yeah,
relative
something
address on
friendly.
your CV so that it doesn't reduce your chances of getting, being called for an interview
Cool.
because they will look at it really, we want to fill this role in Lagos and this person is in
And this
Enugu. I think
person is in
that's
Enugu.
another thing that is going to help you, right? Okay. So somebody here is asking again. I am an experienced electrical engineer in search of a job. I have applied to different job openings, but got none. What can I do?
Okay, that is quite a question. So I think for me, one of the things I would say is, did you get feedback from the interviewers to find out why you got none? If you didn't get feedback, I think that's one thing people should do. So after an interview, even if it's a rejection email,
I don't sorry,
they
but
are
me, I
not
don't even
given.
think this person got to the interview stage.
Oh,
Yeah.
just your CV was not considered at all.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, okay. Hmm. Hmm, okay, I think one of the things that you can do is have a look at your CV. What is making them not call? Like what is you can have a look at your CV, find out, look. I mean, if you're not able to do that self-evaluation by yourself, you can get someone to look at your CV for you, right? They help
Yeah.
you look at your CV and see what are the things that are missing. Maybe you have your age there, and age is a deterrence for the role. You know, I always tell people, don't shortchange yourself. Nobody has asked you how old you are. You don't need to put this on your CV. For some roles that are, I mean, um, specific to certain age group, if you put your age or if you put unnecessary details that are not useful to the application on your CV, you'll be screened out. Then, when you see job applications, use the keywords in that job application on your CV, right? It helps, especially if they're using an automated system to screen people out. So they put there that they need an electrical engineer that knows how to use XYZ tools. That one alone, if you do not have that tool, the system is going to remove everybody that doesn't know how to use that tool. So do you understand what I'm saying? Just
Yeah.
ensure that your job description, ensure that the job description is matching the skills you have is matching the job description. Right? That's the first thing. Then secondly,
But me, we can't hear you again.
hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. So some of the skills that you have might not be relevant to that of an electrical engineer. Please take out irrelevant skills when you're applying for a specific job. Can you hear me? I can't see myself. So I
I
don't know
can
if
hear
you can
you.
still
Yes,
hear
I
me.
can't see you, but I can hear you.
You can hear me. Okay, cool. Then after you have done that, ensure that in your CV you have a list of outstanding achievements, right, that are tailored to that of an electrical engineer, properly highlighted in your CV. Honestly, your CV is the best. point of contact with a recruiter, except you're being headhunted or someone has referred you. That is the only thing that you have to show to the recruiter. Yes, so ensure that your qualifications and your skills are properly highlighted. If you need to take on new skills, if you need to learn new skills, please do that. If you need to get more qualifications, qualifications help people stand out. So if you need to take on more qualifications to help you stand out in your industry, please do that. And please reach out to recruiters. You never know. You might find an opening, and you think, okay, I'm a good fit for this role. Even if you're after you have applied, reach out to the recruiter. First of all, it might help that they might look. It is not an automated system. If they're recruiting manually, they would look through. You can that's like sending your cover letter to a recruiter personally. Not everybody likes it, so let's ensure that maybe it's a recruiter that is hmm, just try your luck. Honestly, it's not one size fits all. Some people are very, for instance, if you reach out to me, if you see that I'm recruiting for a role and you reach out to me personally, I'm not going to ignore it. I'm going to look up for your application. Like, okay, this person has taken an extra effort after applying to come and tell me that, hello ma, I've applied. Don't call me ma, please. But hi, I've applied and XYZ is why I think I'm a good fit for this role. So that will make me remember when I'm doing my screening, like, okay, let me see what makes this person stand out. And if you're doing that, just ensure that you have something to make you stand out. You can't do that if you're giving me what every other person is giving. This is going to make you different from all the other applicants that I already have. Another thing would be to ensure that your CV is the career direction is not wonky. You can't say that maybe you were in customer service. I feel bad anytime we use customer service as an example, but because customer service is a generic role, everybody at one point in their life has worked in customer service. That's why it's my go-to example. So if you've worked in customer service before and you're applying for a job as an electrical engineer, you should not highlight too much of your customer service experience on your CV. I'm not looking for a customer service person. I want an electrical engineer. So why is the bulk of your experience, why the bulk of your CV that of the customer service experience you have? So if you're applying for an experienced role as an electrical engineer, please highlight your accomplishments as an electrical engineer. So yeah, I think if you do that, and please network with people. No man is an island. I used to always want to isolate myself. Also, I know sometimes it might be as a result of the kind of environment you're coming from, but please talk to people in your network. You don't know who can, refer you to your next employer, who can put in a good word for you, and who can even share openings. You know that not all companies advertise their openings. They do in-house recruitments or they get referrals. So you never know. Please expand your network, talk to people, put word out on LinkedIn that you're looking for a job, and yeah, you're on your way to getting your next job.
Okay, so thank you so much for that, Brie. So still dwelling on our last point, network with people. To be honest, your role is not like sales, right? Electrical engineering. It's not sales, it's not customer service, it's not even still HR, right? And most people want people like okay, referral. Oh, I have this person that does this, I have this person that can do this, blah 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 blah. So ensure that whatever it is, all you engineers, please leverage on your network. Use them well. Build networks everywhere, wherever you go. Ensure that you know what, yeah, what's the right word now? Your network is expanding, it's really increasing. That's like one thing that is really going to help you out. Thank you. So speaking on this, somebody is asking, um, why some organizations allow legal practitioners to be heading HR departments instead of HR practitioners or experts.
Why? Hmm.
Why?
Why do organizations? I don't know that organizations allow legal practitioners, but I think it has to do with like labor law.
Yeah, it
So
does.
in case of any internal issues or even external issues with people can be, like I said, people operations, people management is one of the most difficult things to do. People can be very, very funny. So you don't want anybody to come and sue your organization. I understand having a legal person on ground, but I don't see why you need to have a legal person as the head of your HR. Does the person have HR experience? Did they ever, work in human resources management capacity? Yeah, I don't see why you should have a legal person, except that they have learned the skills after being after going to school to be a lawyer. They've also learned that. For instance, I studied international law and diplomacy, right? So saying that if you're going to use my undergraduate degree to say that I might not be a fit for a head of HR role, so to speak, you're not necessarily right. Okay, I've gained the experience. I'm still gaining the experience to function properly as a human resources person. So they probably have human resources experience to be able to head the team and head the team well. So yeah.
All right, so that answers your question, right? Now, the person is still asking again, why should some companies be asking for your current salary and expected salary for the role?
We have touched on this a million and one times, but it's okay. When people ask, I've told it's one of two things, right? Ask them, is it compulsory that you disclose? If I'm interviewing you and I ask you for a salary and you say you're not going to tell me, there's no gun to your head. And it does not stop you from getting the role. I promise you. There's a budget for every role in an organization. They're probably asking for either to see if you're within that budget. I guess it's people don't usually reveal because they're worried that they're short selling themselves if the salary was not revealed initially. So if they come and say, okay, I'm earning 120, but I want 300. It doesn't matter that you want to triple your salary. I mean, if it's within the budget of the organization, it does not matter that you want to triple your salary. But what are you offering for that salary that you're asking? Do you have the skills? Do you have the experience? Nobody's going to pay you if you're not going to do the work for the money. You're actually going to earn that money. So before you know, people asking you for your salary, if they see that you're a fit, whether or not you reveal your salary, they'll still reach out to you. If you know, like if you're good at what you do and your interview was good, the fact that you didn't tell them how much you're earning or how much you want to earn, it just telling them how much you want also helps, right? So the budget is 300,000 and you want 350. They know that you're a fit for the role. It's one of two things. They go back to management and say, this boy says he wants 350, but 300 we have. Management either tries to up their budget or they reach out to you to ask, like to negotiate. It helps in your negotiating process. But if you're worried that it's going to put you in a bad spot and you don't know, I think we need to do a session on how to properly negotiate for salaries. But yeah, if it puts you in a bad spot on negotiating, then please feel free to tell them that your company doesn't allow you to disclose. You can just come up with something. I know that people also ask for pay slip. So yeah, there are lots of, and you don't want to lie. Please, please, please try not to lie. There's no harm in being underpaid and wanting more. Come on. Nobody wants to suffer. Look at the economy. If you're working, at least be able to see money for what you're doing. Do you understand? So please don't lie about how much you earn. Just tell them one, you can't disclose and you want to know what their own budget is. Sometimes they'll tell you too that they cannot disclose their budget. Then hey, you have a case from there.
Okay, thank you so
Because
much
like
for
I
that.
said, there's no harm in letting them if you don't want to give a particular figure, you can always play safe and give a range. So say you want and make sure that the range you want truly is the lower you're on the higher end of the range, right? So maybe you want 350 and they say, okay, give us your range. You can tell them between 350 to 500. So at all, you get your 350. At most, at least you get your 350. Anything that was to happen, 350 is just sure for you. Do you get? So yeah, I think playing safe, you can use a range if you don't want to disclose how much you earn or how much you would like to earn.
Yeah, thank you so much for that, Bumi. One last thing I'll just want to add is do note that your salary is confidential between you and the organization and pretty much honest
Exactly.
organization. you, the HR person, and you, the finance people, because they're the
And
ones
maybe
paying,
finance, exactly.
right? So you don't necessarily, if you don't want to, you don't have to tell anybody how much you're earning, right? So yeah,
Look, I think doing this also side eyes to other recruiters. Like now, people will be scared of asking for salaries because we're saying that you shouldn't be asking for it.
well, really, you feel this is
You shouldn't be asking
confidential.
for their current. Asking for your expected salary is not a bad thing.
It's not a
It is
bad
asking
thing.
your
What I'm,
current salary
yeah.
that we have an issue with, because it might be they might misjudge and use that to determine how much you should earn. So yeah,
Yep. So I hope that answers your question. So I have another one here. I am on. Someone says the person is unpaid in their current job. What
unpaid
should I
or
do?
underpaid.
Underpaid, rather.
Ah,
Underpaid in their
let's be
current
like
job.
doing free work. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
So what this person is asking, what can I do to make my CV more employable to employers? Basically, what can I do to be more employable?
What can I do to be more employable? As a
Yeah.
what now?
As an administrative manager.
As an administrative manager. Um, so I'd say if okay, what I typically do is if I think when people talk about being underpaid, try and find out what is obtainable in your field. Find out what other people around you are earning. If you have friends in that industry, find out what they're earning. So after you have done that, what you can do to improve yourself is first of all, look at the skills that you already have. Try to match your skills with that of those that are earning more than you do, right? So maybe they have one certification, or they have they probably maybe they have a certification, or they learn something that has helped improve their skills on the job, and that is why they earn more, or they're just in a different industry. So industries, excuse me, people need to understand that unfortunately you might be doing the same work, but the industry that you're in, man, you can't compare someone that works in fintech and somebody that works in the agricultural industry to earn the same thing, right? So, except, I mean, you're able to negotiate properly and then you're able to match that. So, just find out what people in your industry earn. And if you think that the problem is, okay, maybe the industry you're in, they're not really making money, please, by all means, move. Look for other industries that are, the fintech is booming now. So, as an admin person, there's a lot of operational um, involvement in your role. You need to understand how to better improve your communication skills, how to work autonomously, and you need to be able to show that you can provide support to the organization you work with. So if it's to improve your skills on um, database management, if it's a company that does that, you can learn that. If it's as an admin person, you have to be very resourceful. That is what I know for administrative officers. You have to be very resourceful. You have to show that you have good leadership skills, pay proper attention to details, improve on your um what's it called now? Improve on your communication. I think I said that before. Improve on your scheduling and planning. So maybe before now, you people used to schedule meetings manually or plan activities manually. You can find a software that does that. So you have taken it a step higher than what is obtainable. So when your employers can see that, okay, this person is improving, themselves, it's one of two things. If you want to remain in that organization, document all the improvements that you have done on yourself, document all the new skills that you have learned,
I
document
believe
everything.
because
And can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, okay. Document all the new skills that you have learned and send to your manager and your accomplishments on that role. Send it to your manager as your case for wanting a raise. But if it's a thing of okay, it's your industry that does not have money, please look for another job in another industry while improving on yourself. See, the truth is you're able to earn more when you learn more.
Yep.
You can out earn people in your level, with your knowledge and experience. So please try to. Self-improvement is one of the best ways to improve your current salary, to level
Okay.
up.
All right now. So thank you so much, Bumi. For those of you just joining us, we are talking about how to level up in your career with Jobberman. What brought about this topic? We just launched a new campaign, Level Up with Jobberman, really. And we are trying to teach you here. This is just an educative or an educational section, right? Telling you on what to do. What do we want you to do? We need you to ensure that one, you have a profile on Jobberman's platform because come on, it's really with us and we're trying to help you get that dream job. How
It's
to help
really
you
important that you
from
have a profile stuff.
you get so move maybe from being an intern to being a full-time staff as an analyst, as an associate, as a specialist, depending on what you know what you're looking out for. So we need you to open a profile. One, secondly is to ensure if you have a profile, please ensure that your profile is complete, that is 100% complete, right? There are benefits of it being complete. Now let me give you one small expo, right? So we have recruiters in-house, and for every role that that goes out on our platform that we are filling for clients, we go through our database first. And how does your name pop up when we search? If your profile is
When your
complete,
profile is complete.
you get your name pops up, and then you say, "Oh, somebody is calling you. Hi, my name is Tife. I'm calling you from Jobberman." It's not magic. It's because you did the right thing, and your CV, your profile was able to show up in my search. So guys, we need you to do this as it increases your chances of really of you being seen. Now secondly is all these things that we've talked about, soft skills cannot be it cannot be exempted, right? Soft skills are things that they didn't teach you in school. They did not teach us in school. Let's not lie. I did mass com, and they will tell you we should learn section one of this or that, blah blah blah. It was a solo work, right? It's you after they've taught you. It's still you that are going to the exam to do it. But really, in today's world, in the corporate world, it's not about you. It's not only you because it is a team. So they teach you things, they teach you skill sets that you need to survive in, the corporate world, in an organization. So you talk about teamwork. There are different things. You talk about communication. So for the person that asked about being an administrative manager, you're dealing with a lot of people. You'll be dealing with even Lagos state officials. You're handling bosses, you're handling drivers, you're handling even security, health and safety things in the office. So ensure that you take, the soft skills training. One is just for the betterment of yourself. How can I be better at this? We have this mantra that we say we strive to become 1% better every day in Jobberman, and that is what we want you as well as a job seeker to strive to be 1% better. What can I add? What can I do to make myself better? So simply, it's free, no money. Just go take the classes, get your certificate, and guess what? That will, also help you out, right? And lastly, we talked about CV. If you have any questions regarding CV, this is one thing I'm going to tell you. We have a big news, huge news coming up
Drum
around CV.
rolls, ba ba bam.
So yes, and it is very like it is so nice. It is yummy. It's not food, right? But it is food because everybody needs it right now. So there's a huge discount we're going to announce very soon regarding TV. So if you know that your CV needs help, right? Ensure that you partake of this, right? Leverage on this discount that is coming up because it's not going to be here for a
Another thing I
long.
want to say is, sorry to cut you short, Tife. People
Yeah,
need to be much more open to allowing experts write their CV. There's a reason that that is offered as a skill. They know the right things to put there to get you in front of the door of the recruiter. They know the right things to say. They know how to package your CV for you very well. So there's no shame in outsourcing that part of your life, like ensuring that you have a good CV. It's not a crime if you can't do it by yourself.
at all.
I mean, that's why there are experts that can do it. So please take advantage of the huge discounts that we have.
Yep. So don't be shy for life experience. My first CV was written by my friend, and that was what got me my job, my first job. So feel free, reach out to
Shout out
people.
to your friend.
So yeah, feel free to reach out. Stay tuned. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on YouTube. We'll announce it shortly. Now we have 10 minutes on the clock, right? I have a question here from Dominic. He says, "Please, I want to know, why do you guys, resourcing companies in brackets, normally make things difficult for graduates in terms of getting a job by attaching
Oh.
certifications and by attaching certifications in brackets packaging? Does it mean that first degree or postgraduate degree is no longer relevant?"
Hmm. Okay, that's quite a question. So no one is saying that your first degree is not relevant. But unfortunately, there are certain things that are not taught in schools, right? So learning how to, for instance, conflict resolution is not a skill that is taught in school.
Yeah,
Teamwork, well, it can be encouraged, but it is not taught practically in school. Problem solving, all of these things, especially if you're going into roles that are industry specific. Apart from the soft skills, you might need to like enhance on your hard skills with these certifications. So yes, I know people have this ideology that certifications is just for packaging, like this person has rightly said. Sometimes it is not. Actually, most of the time it is not. Just ensure that you're doing certifications that are relevant to your to the career path that you're trying to have for yourself. So don't go and be doing what's it called now? Digital marketing certificates. I know that for people that have not identified what they want to do, they try on a lot of things and it comes in handy for them. But if you already know what you want to do, you studied electrical engineering, you want to become an electrical engineer and practice in that field, you have no business doing a digital marketing certificate.
yeah,
So why I think recruiters look out for that is it makes you stand out. There are a lot of unemployed people today. So how do I differentiate you from the 1,001 people that are applying? That certification is going to help you stand out. Okay, this person, that is one of the things that people use to screen out when they are shortlisting candidates. Okay, this person has XYZ certification, which might make them a little bit more experienced than the average person. So yeah, it helps you stand out. Just look at it as investing in yourself.
yep. All right, thank you so much for that, Bumi. Now we have 8 minutes on the clock before we end this session.
Okay.
Someone is asking, as a finance student, how can I choose a specific field in HR department?
In HR department, why do you want to go to HR when you're when you're currently working? Finance is hot too. But yeah, like we have explained today, there are different aspects in HR. So are you asking for courses to take or I'm not sure I understand what the person is asking. They want to work in HR after doing their finance degree, right?
Yeah,
So what
maybe.
are they asking for?
That's all he asked, though. That's all.
Okay,
So maybe
so
you
after
just
your
help him. I
degree,
don't know why he
yeah,
has an interest in HR.
HR. Okay, HR. Yeah. So first of all, identify why you have an interest in HR. For instance, I would say why. I know that one of the goals for me is to ensure that the average Nigeria, that jobs are accessible to the average Nigerian, and they don't have to, pander to nepotism to get a job in this country. You know how people always say, if you don't know somebody, you won't get a job. I didn't know anybody when I got this job, right? So that is one of the reasons why I currently am interested in HR. And then that interest has helped me to develop other interests. So that was my initial interest. So when I started working, I found out that okay, I could do other things as well. Impact. If you're working in HR, you need to understand that impact is very, very key. You have to be impactful. You need to have that drive. Sometimes your job is going to frustrate you. Recruitment is going to frustrate you. Your staff, oh God, they're gonna frustrate you. You need to have that. If you're not um a self-starter. I used to struggle because I was not a self-starter. I needed people to motivate me. So if you're not a self-starter or if you don't know how to encourage yourself and identify why you have interests, you might struggle. So I think what you need to do is, first of all, find out why you're interested in doing that. Once you have been able to do that, then look up courses that you can take as a fresh school leaver, apply for internships, and please don't. I know that you already know what you want to, but if you get opportunities to work in other industries, if you get opportunities to do something else, maybe to do the actual finance that you're studying, please take it. You never know. Your next role can come from just don't just close your mind to other things and say it's HR. I won't take. I know people that don't apply to any other job apart from the jobs that they want. While this is a good thing, you never know the skill sets that you will gain learning, especially if you already have a degree in finance. Getting a finance job is much more easier, right? So yeah, if you're able to do that, sorry, if you're able to do that for yourself, then if you ever have any questions, you can always reach out to people, build your networks. From now, start connecting with recruiters, start connecting with HR people. Look out for the skills that they have, the little things that they say, join groups, Telegram groups, all of those things. Start taking notes of those things. If there are things that you need to learn and improve upon, please start doing it now. You're still in the early stages. So, yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Bumi. We have 4 minutes on the clock and really no more questions here. Bumi,
Okay.
what will you advise people now? I want to level up. How did you level up?
Level up.
Let's start
Level up.
there so that maybe
Okay.
that will
How did I
encourage
level up?
to level up as well.
Okay. So, okay. How I leveled up or how I, try to improve on myself is first identify things that are my weaknesses, identify areas that I'm not very good at when it comes to my job. So I know them. I've asked for feedback from people that I work with, and I think the first step in learning is to know the knowledge you don't have, right? You know that okay, this thing I don't have this. It's not in me, unfortunately. So I'm going to learn it. So I was able to do that for myself and constantly ask for feedback with people that you work with. You might not be able to tell like you're not a good judge of how far you've come sometimes. So speak to people that you work closely with, let them analyze for you that okay, this is where I think you can improve on. Yeah, and I've been able to take courses, I've been able to improve on my network. All the things that I'm saying, I've been doing it for myself too. I've been able to improve on my network. I've been able to be a lot more outspoken, been able to, do things like this, for instance. Before I always hide and oh, I don't want to be out there, I don't want to, but I've been able to improve on myself and I can do these things now. So yeah, I was able to do this because I started speaking to people. I started identifying my weaknesses, and it's not a bad thing to have weaknesses. When we ask people during interviews, what are your weaknesses, and they're always shying away from the question, it's not a bad thing. No one is perfect. It's okay to have weaknesses as long as you can identify them and you're looking for ways to improve on them. You're on your way to being a star, and your level is going to change. So yeah, that's it from me.
All right. So from my end, what else I will add is, it's a journey, right? It's not just something that is static. You move from here to there. That's how you like legit build a career,
Absolutely.
right? So one other thing you need is a mentor. Beyond all this, okay, now I want to get this job. I started as an intern, became this, became that. You at some point you even volunteer because it's the experience you really need. Now you need a mentor that
Yeah.
will be able to help you on days that are very low, on your lowest of those days, really. So get yourself one, and that will, encourage you in the long run. So thank you all for joining us. Hopefully you'll be able to level up as soon as possible. And don't forget to stay tuned on our Instagram page, really, because and LinkedIn, yeah, because we're going to announce something soon regarding CV. We'll see you next time. Enjoy the rest of
Thank
your
you
week.
guys. Sorry for the network issues. The rain affected
It's the rain,
most
it's
of
the rain, it's the rain. All
Yeah,
right. Thank you
thank you
so much.
guys for joining.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.